Resources Minister Madeleine King addressed the Australians Bush Summit in Perth today, where she talked up the strength of our mining sector. She also said many Australians in urban areas have lost sight of where our economic prosperity comes from. I caught up with her a little earlier and started by asking her how we can change this.
Well, I guess it's about talking about it a bit more. And, people are busy. Like, I don't expect everyone in urban areas to, over their bowl of Weet-Bix have to research what's going on in the regions of this place. But, I think it's good to have an understanding of where energy and our national prosperity comes from. So that's just about explaining it better, and that's my responsibility and that of the governments to talk more about our regions so more people can understand the basis of the national prosperity and the amazing stories that are out there as well, right across regional and rural Australia.
Yeah, can you just explain the significance of Northern Australia and the economic outlook it produces to our economy?
Sure. Well, Northern Australia, it's a big area. It crosses two states, Western Australia and Queensland and Northern Territory are right in the middle. It has an enormous potential for development, whether it's from increased agricultural practices, but also we know it has the vast bulk of the resources reserves of this country. And as the global demand for critical minerals and rare earth elements just goes through the roof, there's an extraordinary opportunity for Northern Australia to make the most of that. So with those kind of projects brings a lot of jobs, and that's really important, whether it's jobs in construction, but also the ongoing operation of mining operations, and then later the rehabilitation of these projects. So there's a big opportunity in the north, and there's always been opportunity in the north. The big challenge is making it happen.
Yeah, on jobs, last week, workers at some of Australia's largest LNG facilities in WA threatened strike action, which pushed up gas prices in Europe. Does the action like this damage Australia's reputation as a place to do business?
Yeah. Look, there's not many people that work as hard as those people that work in the offshore oil and gas sector. And the members of those unions, the AWU and others, know full well how important their role is to our nation's prosperity, to supplies of gas in Western Australia, but also to supplies of gas to our region. But equally, I certainly haven't done it, and I don't know many people that have, is 4 weeks on an oil rig out in the middle of the ocean is a pretty... That's hard work, It's remote. You're away from family, and it can be dangerous. And whilst these facilities are all managed really safely, it's challenging work. And I think it's really important that the unions and the operators of these facilities sit down together and talk. And I know there are going to be further meetings, and I hope that all ends constructively.
You launched the new critical mineral strategy a few months ago. How can you make it attractive for companies to build critical minerals infrastructure here when they can get much better subsidies in America, which has the Inflation Reduction Act?
The Inflation Reduction Act is a really important public policy initiative by President Biden, and there is no doubt it's important to the whole world, quite frankly, and its decarbonisation efforts. But what the rest of the world doesn't have, and Australia does have, is unique geology. We have the greatest supplies of lithium. We have one of the highest reserves known of cobalt, and many others as well. The rare earth elements that are on our shores are a really important part of this story. So that is our natural advantage and has been for forever, and it's millions of years of geology have made it so. It's up to us now to work with our friends in America, the government and private investment, to bring that investment onshore to Australia so that we can make sure those supply chains are secure for Australia and Australians, but also for our partners in the US.